CT side, I can only imagine, as Fnatic choose to pick the CT side of things. As you said, Harry, Fnatic had a storming T side on Nuke. Na'Vi, well, one step better. Let's see if they can do the same as we head into this second one, as we see the pistol round ahead of us. Lots of utility for the likes of Na'Vi. P250 on Simple and Electronic, exactly what you like to see for a pistol round.
Yeah, you can see the beautiful folks over at Betway are edging this one in favor of Na'Vi in a pretty big way ever since that first map transpired the way it did. Already in this round, JW's been picked up down in Connector. Fnatic trying to put some emphasis on this portion of the map early on, and they will come to regret that decision. They still have this 3-man B hold, and so on the back of losing JW, right, they know they're a man down. They're gambling 3 players down here towards B, so they have to try and get something from that. And in response to this, they send Twist aggressive. The issue he's going to find is Electronic just decides at this exact moment in time to double back and check the flanks, knowing that Na'Vi haven't been watching B at all. And that will yield another man now for Na'Vi. They sit 5v3 up, yet to take even a point of damage in the server. And this is looking like it could be the B play from Na'Vi.
Yeah, they've still got all their util as well to set up for an execute here. Get that heaven smoking, get the cross smoke, depending on where they want to go. Fnatic, I really think they need to gamble here and set up for a full rotate. They have done so. It's looking like a B play for Na'Vi, although as I say that, Electronic walks in and gets another kill. The rest of the bomb and Co are rotating up towards A. Crims does get a lot of damage off and the kill, but look at Na'Vi, they're already on the site. Fnatic have been absolutely rumbled here. The bomb plant going to go down. And a near impossible retake. Brolin basically hung out to dry considering Crims is on 14 points of health. He needs to hit some healthy headshots.
And he's been good in these moments where they've needed him to be. The issue is Simple on the other side of things. No stranger to having to step up in these situations either. And he will finish off both players for Fnatic at the very end. Na'Vi getting off to a good start, but pistol rounds have been pretty meaningless in a lot of the series as we've seen throughout the last few weeks, or I guess days. I don't even know at this point. Yeah,
days,
a week.
All the same.
Yeah, but point is, we've always seen these force buys in the second round yield such good results for the teams that elect to do it. So, interesting enough, Fnatic not actually electing to go for the force. They buy a bit down on Twist. An interesting choice, considering he's been the man picking up the AWP alongside JW. So he will be strapped for cash heading into the future. This one does leave you wondering, what's the game plan here for Fnatic?
Maybe because Fnatic want to buy up, next round, they're going to have just Twist on a scout rather than him playing for AWP, but we'll see. Because it is a curious one to see the AWP player actually over-invest, but the other option is, obviously Fnatic can eco next round, but that wouldn't make much sense to be seeing them eco here. They would have forced it. For now, Na'Vi just setting up towards that A site. Look at the bomb as well. Simple is up on A right now, and no one here for Fnatic to stop it. They get aggressive down towards B short, but Simple's already cleared out the A bomb site, or at least will be doing so with that AK. The first man in with the bomb as well. Twist rotates up, but he doesn't expect Simple to already be this far. Na'Vi, bomb plant for them. Round one off the back of it. That was the only player who even invested taken down. Electronic going to hear these rotations as well, and he is looking to mop up some frags. There's the first. Zeus is coming for assistance, although it may not be needed. 3 for Electronic, and Na'Vi take a clean anti-eco.
Yeah, now we get to see what this buying situation looks for Fnatic. And I'm curious if we do just see that scout picked up, as you prophesized, Hugo. Instead, he'll be down on the UMP. It's Twist that we're talking about, obviously. Still able to pick up utility, but an important point to note is that there's no kits available here for Fnatic. Instead, electing to pick up the extra utility on the likes of Exist and Twist. So maybe that's something that comes back to rear its head once again in this post plant for Na'Vi, if they're able to get into a bomb site, that is. Early aggression down into Connector, and Edward has managed to get by, despite getting tagged down low in the process. This does leave him vulnerable to a wallbang from the Fnatic guys inside of the B bomb site right now. Trying to assemble this little boost. Flamey is the man throwing up there. Whoa, they must have seen that, surely. So the boost gets spotted, And in the back of Fnatic's minds, now they know that this three-man stack down on B is at least well-founded for the time being. Even going to start to rotate down JW as well. Still under a minute left for Na'Vi, so time to change their mind if they would like, but the utility is lacking, and they also don't have any presence up towards the A side of things, so their hands are somewhat tied here. They have to go for this B commitment. Nade going to find good damage onto Exist. Electronic is just sneaking in through the pit and will pick up the first man. There's JW with the fast trade. Will they be ready for Exist on barrels? Flamey certainly isn't, and Exist has found himself a double. Looking to try and get more work done. It's Simple and Zeus remaining, now just Zeus. And while he might have been the top performer back on Nuke, asking for him to 1v4 is definitely a tall order there. Fnatic back in with their buy, and they will find a round on the back of it.
Yeah, Na'Vi were not expecting the stack on that B bomb site. They're walking right into the jaws of Exist on barrels. Fnatic, 4 players on the lower bomb site. They lock it in with ease. It's Na'Vi now buying up still yet another round. They did play bonus with a couple of SMGs in the previous, so this is still okay. And Fnatic have now upgraded their limited weapons like the FAMAS and the UMP. Still no AWP though. Early molly, thanks to Rush. And his pro tips does cut off this line of sight for Na'Vi, this movement into the playground, and Brolin's taking it on the CT side instead. Aggression from him, finds a kill, almost 2 onto Edward. But 30 HP the difference, he will stand tall here for Na'Vi. Taking that 4-on-4 early on, and Fnatic have bailed off the back of it. JW's fallen back towards the site alongside Crims. Na'Vi, they're going to get afforded a lot of room here towards A, but of course with so many angles to check, you're never going to know that. Na'Vi is still going to spend ample amounts of time clearing out this position. JW playing for info on that con rotate as well, seeing if players go up or down. If he was watching it, he would see that bomb drop down towards this lower site, because that's where Zeus is looking to run. That could have been a lot of info for Fnatic, but JW missing it by a few seconds. And now with only 2 players on the bomb site, Na'Vi's setting up outside of B for what could be an execute. But they're hesitant, as Na'Vi always are. There's 45 seconds, Harry. No rush.
Yeah, I mean, that's still what? Even right now, there's still a good 33 seconds of time left if you're Na'Vi. So, you know, they do like these rounds to go down to the wire, and this one is no exception to that rule. Now, that Molotov throwing in is going to throw a bit of a wrench in the works here. Electronic on the other side, trying to create some space from short, and he will spot JW, is able to deal with him. Flash is raining in now. Crim's trying to hold his own, and he has dropped the bomb. Edward asked to 1v1, but the bomb's still yet to go down. He's got to first retrieve it. Exist on this rotation up, and Edward just going to get it down with a second to spare. He'll try and take the aggressive angle. Knows he's lucky to be alive on the back of that. Exist still has a smoke to play around with here. Throws it down, and Edward just going to bide his time on the other side of it. Exist anticipating that maybe he's got aggressive into the bank, still able to spot him on top of the dice boxes, and that will be the round for Fnatic. Exist looking for any little goodies he can find.
It is Easter, hunting for those eggs, Harry. They can be hidden in the weirdest of places. You'll find a couple at the end. 2 flashbangs.
Does that shut up line work for you yet, Hugo?
Which chat? How does that? How do I even?
The eggs can be hidden in the weirdest of places.
That sounds like a threat.
No, that sounded a bit. Maybe we'll reel that one back in.
Well, God.
JW's got the off in hand at the very least, and over on the Na'Vi side of things, money is all but gone. They've gone for the partial investment here, with Zeus actually dropping an AK over to Simple. Now that is not a sight you will ever see again. Or at least very rarely see. You know, with Kane putting out the tweet saying they're experimenting, maybe they're finally considering that Simple is the man to be given these hero rifles.
Oh, I like this as well. Crims is hiding. He looks at the ground and turns around, because then his head box, or his head hitbox, doesn't show over the top. And at the right timing, at any point, he can just swivel. There it is. Simple's ready for it. Of course he is, Harry. Unfathomable. And he's going to find 2 as well. Simple with a solo AK, doubling down in this round. If Zeus wins this fight, this is going to fall apart for Fnatic. 2 players left up on the CT side, trying to aggress, but to their own death. It's JW alone. And Na'Vi They're so much fun to watch, Harry.
But so is this man. So is JW up in the heavens trying to attempt this. And, you know, you admire the balls to go for it. He will still get found and dealt with nice and easy by Na'Vi. And the Hero AK buy works. Simple with the double entry. Allowed for the rest of the weapons to be scavenged for the rest of his team. And Na'Vi will keep things to their advantage, at least for the time being. I tell you what as well, like Na'Vi, in a lower pressure situation, they definitely look a lot more like smiley, right? Like it doesn't seem as tense in that room right now.
Less shouting, Harry. And that's, I mean, that's good and it's bad. You know, it is what makes Na'Vi, but it also breaks Na'Vi. Let's see if they can break Fnatic, because the money isn't there. It's forced by with the pistols. A solo gun on exist. And it's ever so close up on long. It's actually JW to show his hand for the connector traded. Same story from Broly. Now Crim's going to come in on the wrap, but are they watching it? Are they aware? Yes, they are. Simple's there with the AWP. Low HP, but he stays alive. Exist trying to flash his way out of the connector. It's a 2-on-3 here. If he can cut off Electronic, this could still be winnable for Fnatic, but with that one gun dropped, it's Twist alone rotating from the lower bomb site. The bomb can bypass him up towards A, and unless Na'Vi, you know, get in their own heads and come down through this connector, this should be no worry. Twist doesn't want to open the door and makes a noise, so he goes for the long rotate round, knowing that at very least he's going to find guns dropped outside of A. Na'Vi slowly but surely crawling towards that bomb site. They will be getting the plant and the round off the back of it. Twist might peer into things and try and get a kill here or two, but it's the eco for Fnatic in the follow-up round, so you can make an argument for him to saving, just having that solo gun in a round where Fnatic will have very little to play with.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much stake to try and go for anything else, right? Especially with Na'Vi winning that Hero AK buy in the round prior and keeping so many rifles forward. Their money's fine. Any damage he finds here isn't that valuable, but as he drops Electronic, now maybe he's tempted.
Ooh, yes.
And with good reason. Twist, now just the 1v1 onto Zeus, and Twist, what is that? 3 kills from nowhere. Defuse comes in. We were writing that off as the save, and Twist surprises us, surprises Na'Vi. A 3rd round for Fnatic. And that is the value of just floating around for a little bit, seeing if they give anything up, because sometimes they do. And Na'Vi going to be kicking themselves. That was their round. They should have had that in the bag.
One buoyancy boy, Harry, and his float back towards the A site, and he wins it. That's unreal. Na'Vi, well, they were smiley, Harry. That certainly is what I call a tilter. Let's see if it gets in their heads, because that is not a round they should ever be giving up. Fnatic were at the half buy. They picked it up with just 1 solo rifle. So very happy about that one, our Fnatic. They'll keep things equal, 3-3 here on the CT side of things. You mentioned Na'Vi's money isn't in the worst of spots. That bomb plot's certainly going to help. They're still going to be able to buy up here, but after losing that round, it will certainly break them in the long run. Twist checks everything, man. He lets no angle past.
Well, because you see, right, at first he's like having a little look in, and if no one had given anything up there, then it was very unlikely we saw him really go much further than that, right? But on the back of finding the point man up close and then it being able to drop the man who tries to trade off of him, he's very tempted. And Na'Vi's somewhat giving that one away. You know, not to discount the efforts of Twist, those were phenomenal shots, my word. There is still the AWP out and Simple, but JW's now got his in hand for Fnatic. And you can see Simple taking his down towards B. JW's floating around mid right now. So you won't get to see that AWP head-to-head just yet. But there's still plenty of time to see these two titans of either side collide. Connector control going to be taken by Na'Vi. They hear JW there falling back from the toilets, so now they can be pretty assured in their fact that they can at least gain some ground towards middle, and that's been enough to prompt this rotation from Simple. Setting up down towards B early on, just to keep an eye on that Fnatic aggression that we've seen them like to throw in a few of these rounds, you know, whether it be on the boost or aggressing in through Monster. We've seen both. And that could still be the call here. With Twist and Brolin set up down towards Monster, they haven't seen anything yet. JW going to spot Simple up here towards A and takes them out advantage for Fnatic. Now, will he anticipate Flamey, who gets up close, creeping around that smoke? He's going to be very fast into the crosshair of JW. Crim's now trying to hold his own. Will get the trade, and the B play looking to come in the meantime from Na'Vi, but they've got to pick up the pace. There's only 25 seconds left on the clock, and Twist might have just shut this whole round down. Ooh. Gets the triple at the very end, and Fnatic going to be in with a fourth.
Yeah, Fnatic had a read on that one there for sure. They were still set up with 3 players on that lower bomb site when Na'Vi were going for the execute in that 3-on-3, or 3-on-4 rather. And JW, he's been a little smoke gremlin all series long. We saw him back on Nuke climbing up above that box in the yard and trying to take shots to Simple. Well, this time he actually takes him down from the one-way smoke up in the flower beds. Traded with Na'Vi's A execute, but it's the only death that Fnatic find. An ore pound for JW again. He looks to get aggressive. Flashes there. The Molotov cuts Na'Vi off, and Brolin looks to push alongside him. The nade going deep. They might not expect this again from Brolin. He's done it once before, but already showing his hand. Quick kill onto Flamey. He spots more. Takes down Zeus as well. Electronic finally going to be walking in to the meat grinder. Nice angle, though, underneath the slide. No kids left in this playground. It is looking dangerous as Na'Vi rotate down towards B. They've got the bomb here as well, but still 2 unarmored pistols, and Twist is going to have this rotate. If any footsteps are made, all the info is there for Fnatic, so Na'Vi have to be silent. Exist even has an off angle as well to catch these players down towards that B bomb site if they do so choose. Guns being swapped over, Electronic given the AK, but it's not like you have an armored player to give it to here.
Edward will be that first man in. Crucially, doesn't have the bomb, so it won't get spotted straight away, but now it has been, and Exist looking to mop this round up. Gets the double. Simple's able to cling on to that AK for dear life. But a 1v3, no armor. This is a tall task indeed. Simple's going to try and take these fights. That Molotov reigns in. The issue is Fnatic are wise to the fact he hasn't gone anywhere else apart from into B, thanks to this flank from Twist. And Simple does not seem ready for it. He's in danger. He's in the crossfire, and Crims is there to find him. Fnatic continuing this tear over on the CT side. Will pick up a 5th round.
That's a very good read there by Fnatic, right? You see them, hanging around the CT spawn graffiti area. They see nothing. The flank is coming through from, I think it was Twist. And then off the back of that, they go, okay, he's not in the site. He's not still in Monster. So he has to be pit area, and they just back off. Crims holds it from a passive angle. They rotate towards Heaven to have a better view of the site itself. They deal with Simple, because those 1-on-3s are certainly scary. Fnatic, they've been doing this every round. The molly towards A to deny Na'Vi this aggression. Deny them even presence. They're not getting out towards A until 138, as now that Molotov fades. Fnatic have been able to set up however they like. This time it's with the AWP side by side alongside Brolin. JW holds in wait. He might spot that head. Zeus goes back for it. I don't know if he's bouncy enough. There's a shot though. 18 HP onto Zeus as he gets tagged through the corner. JW retreats towards long, because of course this position was open the entirety of the round. He wants to make sure that Na'Vi haven't already pushed past him, but they're being patient, knowing this AWP is in play and not having one of their own to fight back against it. They've only got 3 smokes as well, so every player that you lose a utility is going to come back to bite you if you're Na'Vi. And Fnatic, I like it, bit of mid-round aggression. Brolin throws a smoke down and pushes up close.
Oh. Having to dodge a couple of shots through that smoke, but he just catches the timing, and they believe that toilets are clear. They were just here. He might miss Edward, and if he decides to wrap through long toilets, oh, Simple considers it, but that might not be enough. Oh, Edward almost gets blindsided by Brolin there, in spite of that kill only just coming through onto Simple. They do manage to get the trade, and now Flamey. Bad timing, but given a second chance, Crims will finally be there to deal with him. Edward in with his 2nd of the round, but JW still here and still threatening. He will shut down everybody on the Na'Vi side of things. Fnatic securing a 6th round and continuing to build this CT side lead up. Now, obviously, Na'Vi over on the T side, they're really looking at like a I'm going to say 5-6 round half is the minimum that you really want to be picking up if you are on the Na'Vi squad.
And when it's your map pick as well, you'd hope for a little bit more than that. Don't want this one slipping out from beneath them. It's Na'Vi. What have they got for us? A solo AK, a hero gun dropped over to Simple, it seems. He is going to be gifted by Zeus. They won this round last time they went for Ari. Do you remember that? So anything is possible here for Na'Vi, but maybe that AWP will get Simple early on. No, only the shot missing. JW gets tagged. He retreats. Twist finds the opener instead. That wallbang damage almost connecting for Simple. Na'Vi retreat from this B bomb site. They want nothing to do with this AWP, but they might find Twist up in the connector. Great shot from Zeus with the Deagle. Can't really go grab that gun because he doesn't know if the CTs are fighting B short. So he'll leave the AK, but he'll keep this 4-on-4 as Na'Vi set their sights on A.
Right now, if Na'Vi were to just barrel into this A bomb site, they would catch a timing where Brolin is the only player here for Fnatic. Electronic still sitting down at B, has flashbangs, as does Zeus, so they can try and sell this B side fake. They start to rotate Electronic away, so opting against it. Instead, holding on to these flashbangs to take with them into the A bomb site, and that might be the right call to make. Brolin on the other side, as we've said, here alone. Has a rotation from Crims, who sat up in heaven. It will be able to come through fairly quickly, but Brolin still has to buy time here. And as that first flash rains in, he'll drop a smoke, start to peek over the top of it, and Na'Vi don't seem to consider that as an option. Ooh. Brolin will get rewarded. Crims in with another, and this A play from Na'Vi has been torn to shreds. Zeus able to land the flick, brings Brolin down to 1 point of health, but it will still be the round going the way of the Swedes.
Fnatic have all been doing this smoke abuse from them. The one-ways that they've been playing and the boxes they've been climbing on above smokes have constantly been catching Na'Vi off guard across both these maps. So
important to remember as well, we saw Na'Vi drop this map to Windigo in that series, right? That was an overtime game. They only managed 6 rounds on the T side, and it was their T side in OT where it all fell apart. So maybe seeing some of those struggles rear their head once again here for Na'Vi. Obviously sitting 1-0 up in the series right now, so some of that pressure is alleviated. You've at least got the guarantee of a third map. But they were hoping to end this here and now, and with how Fnatic is showing up initially, it's not looking to be the easiest of tasks for Na'Vi.
Not at all. Starting to meet their maker here in this best-of-3 series, Harry. And Fnatic doing their best to send them to a third. It's still up for question, but holding the lead by over double of Na'Vi's rounds on the CT side. And Simple, again, no AWP. This money has been a fickle beast for Na'Vi. They've never been getting bomb plants, so not great when it comes to wanting those AWPs in play. Twist aggression. He does catch Electronic. Free kill. No trade. No anything for Na'Vi. And Twist looks for a little bit more. He gets info that it's clear, but the issue is it's not. So could have come back to hurt Fnatic, but luckily enough, they won another duel. Goes both ways. Crims gets caught by the wallbang from Flamey, and Twist looks to again re-aggress down on B. Brolin's going to rotate off of the connector, and JW, I don't know how he's here, but he's in T-spawn. He's dropped the bomb. Edwards even killed Brolin, rotating back up to A. This might catch JW, but he's dropped down through the ladder to cut off this B play. Flamey, if he tries to retreat, he's going to get caught by this AWP. He may find the B opener, but this bomb is still a problem, and JW continues to be so. Second kill of the round. Edwards too far away from this package. So he's got to hope for opening kills, that of which might present itself with Twist round this corner.
Oh no, Edward, he's got to be ready. He has ooh, the timing. It's a game of timings.
Oh.
And Twist, they're just missing one another. Oh, there we go. Ah, what's going on? Twist able to turn around and gets it. Oh, sometimes it be that way. And Na'Vi, they are not feeling great. It was just a matter of who catches who first. And in the end, they both kind of caught each other at the same time, but both just as unprepared as one another.
Or who pulls your knife out first, really.
Yeah.
Trying to get that extra sneak speed, but probably not a good idea.
I really felt the internal pain of Edward in that situation.
Na'Vi having to half by 8-3. This is a rough game for them right now. Fnatic are just dominating, pushing everything they can on the CT side. Again, the smokes and the nades and Brolin up in the fountain. We've seen it all time and time again. He's got the AWP to support him, but they've got to watch his party side because the rap is coming. JW hears it. Edward round the corner. Flash does nothing, but shot doesn't connect. Brolin's got to turn, swivel. Only getting one for it. That's a gun gifted over. Na'Vi can pick that one back up, but still under-equipped, unarmed, and JW uncharacteristically missing shots here with the AWP. That's two now gone the way of Na'Vi, who have a gun to play with, have a few, in fact, as they set their sights up on A.
Yeah, they've got the man advantage, they've got weapons to work with, but Crims has just stolen one of those two things away from them. And now with Simple and Electronic, with just 14 points out between them, Fnatic are feeling confident in this round. Simple making noise down here at B might be enough to prompt rotations from Fnatic, but this isn't a fake. Na'Vi look to commit to the B bomb site, and there's a big gap in that smoke. Twist gonna find that all day long. And now just Flamey and Simple left standing. All three players on the other side of this smoke in B already. And Twist gonna hold it down with a triple. It does just feel like whenever these bomb site executes come in, there's one man on Fnatic. Doesn't matter who, just steps up and takes, you know, 2 or 3 every time.
And Na'Vi's so slow with these trades up towards that B site, right? Fair enough, they have the AWP on Simple. It's not exactly a rush gun, and he was low, but they filtered in one by one, giving Twist those 3 kills. He's on 14 and 6. He's having a lights out performance right now for Fnatic, as are the entirety of this Swedish side. 9-3, Na'Vi yet to get anything really done. And no AWP once again. It is looking dire. JW getting aggressive here with his AWP down towards this B bomb site. He's got to care the connector side though. Flamey's on the other side of this wall. Luckily, it is a real door, not a real fake door, so JW's going to hear them. He can swing it open, gets one, spots the second. Flamey runs through the Molotov that his teammate threw, but he will be able to bound out of that bomb site, get up towards A, where Fnatic are sitting. Double setup on long, but spray away does Twist. He finds one. Lots of damage to Electronic, and finishing off the kill is Twist. He saved this A site for Fnatic, but they are still running past. Na'Vi looking to get inside of the spawn here. They've got to care about long and the CT spawn.
Oh, and JW with a fantastic shot to get rid of Flamey. This leaves Simple in the hot seat, but this is a man who feels more than at home here. Just misses the timing on a JW, and now they know where Simple resides. He'll get removed, and Fnatic, a 10th round, looking to try and take us the distance here. And with this CT half looking so phenomenal, it really feels like that's a possibility. Na'Vi looking a little flat on the T side of things. We've already seen them struggle on this map in the Pro League thus far. They've had both trials and tribulations on Overpass, and well, this is looking like one that could elude them if they don't pick up the pace. Only 3 rounds over on the T side. You know, I said really they should be looking at kind of 6 as their minimum.
That's out the window now, Harry. That's not even a possibility. I hope we have this up now.
Well, I mean, the most worrying thing is, and this is just from the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they were able to take a 6-9 half versus Wendigo on this map. The map that they later ended up losing versus Wendigo in that opening series. So, you know, Fnatic already kind of out the gate looking phenomenal in this map. You know, everyone pulling their weight, and the same cannot be said over in the Na'Vi side of things. We've just been lacking those individual players that usually you've got no trouble pinpointing in the Na'Vi roster.
That being said, if Fnatic pick this up, it brings us to Inferno. That's a map we've not even seen in this group, Harry, so I'm kind of excited for that. We've seen a lot of nuke, a lot of overpass, a fair bit of dust, and maybe one more map ahead of us unless Na'Vi have something in the latter end of this T side. It is that fast water play attempted, smoke on the molly, and through it they go. That nade bounces, unfortunately. That could have got a lot more damage. JW again in the connector, and he's got Brolin supporting this time. Fnatic not even fighting A side. They've got 3 on B and 2 in this con. This makes Na'Vi very claustrophobic, and they're going to decide to separate out, going back towards the A side of things. They can split this con attack from both top to bottom.
Yeah, but we saw JW be such a nuisance from this position, and Na'Vi, they've just completely discounted that he might try that again. Now he's in T-spawn. We've seen this before. I'm having deja vu. I'm trembling. This is flashbacks. And JW shutting down Edward. Now Na'Vi realizing that there's a man so deep behind enemy lines, but they're not even considering the possibility that there was a two-man setup in connector. Brolin could shut this entire round down. JW's made a lot of noise rotating back into position, and actually that's enough to prompt the repeat from Electronic. So JW stampeding in through connector actually gives up Brolin, who'd worked so hard to sneak around in that portion of the map.
Oh no, the timing. Simple was on the angle. He's waiting for Crims to get up and he flicked off right as Crims pushed the truck. He might be able to catch his kill. He should spot Simple. Oh, his back's sticking out. Crims doesn't know, but he can take one. There's Simple coming out from the corner and Crims doubles it. They must have had no idea how he got in that position. And Flamey now, 10 seconds left for a 1v2. He needs his kill. He can't wait. He can't afford to. 7 seconds. There's no time for the plant. He's going to lose a round off the back of it. And Crim shuts it down with 4. Simple. If he stayed on that angle for 1 more second, Na'Vi win that round. But on the flip side, he moves away and Crims catches literally the perfect timing into A. What a round from him. And what a game this is from Fnatic. They are not letting Na'Vi have any room in this matchup. The flanks from JW, the double con setup, even getting not read by Na'Vi, but traded at least from Electronic, and they can't convert the round off the back of it. It's again a similar situation. Full rifles, no AWP, barely any utility.
And this is, you know, even if you look at Fnatic and you look at the players who aren't having an incredible performance, at least by the numbers right now, someone who I'm kind of referencing there is Brolin. You know, he's sitting bottom of the board, 7-11. Still, you know, a pretty high ADR, all things considered, but most importantly, he's 4-0 in opening duels. Twist going to take another down here towards short. Everyone from Fnatic finding so much impact in these rounds, and Twist going to deliver 2 for the Swedes, looking to take his third. JW shutting down Edward elsewhere on the map. And in the blink of an eye, it's Simple and Electronic, or Simple and Flamey left standing, rather. Simple gets caught out, and this leaves Flamey alone, very claustrophobic indeed. They're just constricting onto him from every possible avenue. What can he do to dig himself out of this hole, if anything? And the answer is nothing. Crim's going to shut him down. Fnatic steamrolling Na'Vi in that CT half. They go 12-3, and this now leaves so much waiting on the pistol round. That could decide Na'Vi's fate here and now. Fnatic trying to take us through to Inferno, trying to make up for Nuke slipping through their fingers. Will they get us there? Find out after the break. An explosive first half from Fnatic. They are looking incredible. And Na'Vi, in spite of their best efforts, only able to scrounge 3 rounds together. Really are scraping the bottom of the barrel here, heading into their second half, where this pistol round does become a necessity for the CIS squad if they want to stay afloat here on Overpass. Fnatic, we're going to have the utility on the back of Exist. And well, just armor across the board for Na'Vi. Simple going to be peeking down through mid. Not late to the party. Those nades rain on out. And he'll get forced off the angle. Have to give up mid.
Yeah, calling for those rotates immediately. He's the only A player right now, so Na'Vi are scrambling off of B. They will have 3 players on this site before Fnatic hit, but hit they will. Going fast in towards A are these Swedes. Zeus looking for something. Flamey finds the first, but Fnatic are trying to overwhelm Flamey with a double, trying to line up a little bit more, and he may find it. There's a low player up close. Brolin running out of ammo, having to get that reload in, and Electronic finishes it off. It's Flamey to find 3, 4 in that pistol round as Na'Vi take their 4th of this map. It is a slow game for them, but with a pistol round under their wing in the second half, comeback is still on the cards.
Yeah, most definitely, right? It is it's still a long way off, but it's certainly a step in the right direction from Na'Vi. If you're Fnatic here, I think they force.
Yeah.
I think they go for it.
Why not?
But they're not. They've thrown a curveball in. And, you know, I understand why. On the same side of things, you know this is Na'Vi's map pick. You know they're over on the CT side. You kind of want to give yourself every full buy you can get, so they will just have Glocks here. And they've already found great damage. They actually shut down Flamey. There's only Glocks on the other side, so these SMGs should be able to get a hand back on the situation, and they will. Remedying the fact that they lose Flamey there. He's the only man to fall for Na'Vi. They managed to keep it clean, all things considered. Don't let that one get out of hand. But now there's the bite for the Swedes. Here you go. And this is where we get our first indication of how this second half is going to pan out.
Yeah, and it sucks for Na'Vi, who are going to have to run a bonus round here as well, right? It's typically fine running bonus. It's actually, you know, if anything, beneficial. But at 12-5, if you run bonus, you don't really have much room for error. So the AWP comes through, and I like that decision. But with still 3 SMGs, Na'Vi, they aren't in the best of buys right now. Boost up for Simple. Early molly here. Will they check it? Surely. But checking doesn't matter. Simple hits a shot anyway. Crims is dead. Na'Vi with a man advantage into this round. Every opening kill matters here when you have such limited weaponry on 3 of your players. JW looking for the timing play in towards B. Flamey's going to get flashed out for this peak as well. Those smokes from Fnatic, they're going over A, so keep your eyes out for them. Some of them, actually, landing deep within the B side, trying to cut off the CT spawn rather. Simple, he's going to find 2 at the back of Pillar and the 3rd. Simple looking for the ace right now in this rifle round, coming alive in the second half, and he's almost going to find it, but JW shutting it down, keeping it costly. The round is still won by Na'Vi though, and they will almost upgrade their guns. Zeus kept on an SMG, but they win the rifle round, and that's what matters.
Yeah, and crucially, they're not just having these come down to close, you know, like 1v1s at the very end. They're keeping them pretty clean. And that's what we need to see, especially because there was never really an indication that this Na'Vi T side were going to take a clean round in that entire first half.
All around.
Yeah, that's true as well, I guess. They were struggling a bit. They only managed 3, but since getting into the second half, since moving on to their CT side, as we expected, it's been a much better start from the Na'Vi squad, now sitting 6-12. And already, right, you look at that scoreline and now you're already thinking like, okay, this is possible, this is doable. And that's all on the back of picking up the pistol and the rounds that fall on the back of it. Now, once again, as a consequence of securing the first rifle round, you're going to be up against a Fnatic with broken economy here in this one. So a 7th should be on the horizon for Na'Vi, unless Fnatic are able to upset them with this partial investment.
Let's see if they can. Bit of utility for an execute here. Zeus is in the connector alone, but he's got support from the top side at least, because Simple's up there with the AWP alongside Electronic. Quite a deadly duo here for Na'Vi. And Zeus, he's going to be tested. They don't check the corner. He finds a double. 3 kills. This force buy from Fnatic is finding nothing, or half buy rather. It is getting absolutely shredded down in con. Bomb dropped. Smoke deep. Crims spamming through, but he won't find Zeus. Not opting to go for that fight, just holding on to this package that he has dropped at his feet. Edward is going to get tagged up, so he wants a bit of a piece of the pie, but is full. Fnatic not being given the room here. Simple's just going to take Jules and he will win them. Twist dead. Crims didn't spot Zeus on the cross. I think someone called it though. He seems to be aware. Up close to the left as Zeus. Oh, he's going to go down. 4 kills for Zeus. Lots of money made off that SMG. Can now buy up a rifle off the back of it if he wants. I mean, no pressure. Could just start to bank the money here for Na'Vi, who, you know, obviously are not going to have enough rounds, or not going to have a lot of room for failure here. They need clean rounds. They need a lot of rounds. And Fnatic only need 4 on this T side to close out that.
Yeah, but this big margin that Fnatic once had is already dwindling away from them, you know. They've got to be careful that they don't get too far ahead of themselves here on the Fnatic side of things, and they know it, right? Na'Vi already sitting a map up in this series. Pressure's somewhat off in that regard here. They know they've at least got the guarantee of Inferno, and already fights going down towards short. They won't be ready for Crims, who sticks around a little bit longer than they expected. Simple, trying to help out, not ready. Crims just such a nuisance down here towards short, and that leaves Electronic alone with this AWP in hand up in heaven. Minute and 20 seconds on the clock. Fnatic don't even have to commit to this B play if they don't want to. And even if Electronic finds this first man, Crims has still got so much time to make... Oh, timing. Again.
That's the worst. Brolin's got the info now as well. Flashed for the cross, and he can get the bomb plant in. Oh, this could have been a round for Electronic, and he knows it. Still going to go for the fight. Brolin not caught. Bomb going down. Not the most default plant, but Electronic will take him in the post plant, knowing that Crims has to be nearby because of that flashbang that came out. Now, where does Crims go? That's the question. Deep in the corner, down in water. Electronic trying to bait him out, and he does get him at least a reposition, but Electronic's got to be the one to make the move. He's got to get on that bomb. Molly on Crims, rather, but that smoke's beginning to fade. Electronic trying to find it in the smoke. There it is, looking down as well. Crims, does he find it? Only 2 seconds left. There's no Molly for this, but he finds a shot anyway, winning the round for Fnatic. Got a little bit close there, but Electronic won't be able to stick the defuse. It's going to be Na'Vi falling short of that round. Big play from Crims, locking down both B short players and winning the 1v1 there for Fnatic. He's having an unbelievable game. But that's a normal game for Crims.
I mean, you say that, right? But, like, the last few days, you know, you've been looking towards other people alongside him to carry a lot of the weight, right? A lot of the pressure's actually fallen onto Brolin, specifically in that matchup yesterday. So it is good to have Crims, you know, back to that usual form that we've been wanting to see from him. And this kind of 3-man fragging duo that you want in the Fnatic squad, this time coming from Crims, JW, and Twist in this map. You do have that kind of option to have Brolin snatch up a bit of that frag and roll if needed. But it hasn't really been required just yet. And Fnatic now know how close they are to taking this through to Inferno. They know that Na'Vi is going to have very little to work with in the following round if they pick this one up. So the B play will be called and Flamey found. Brolin bests him. Electronic and Simple going blow for blow do manage to secure JW up on short. Nades rain in, and that finds a lot of damage onto Fnatic. That's actually enough to get them out of Monster for good. They give this portion of the map up. The problem they've got is they don't know if Na'Vi have pushed mid, have pushed long, have gone through connector. As a result, your options are pretty limited here. And so they might just end up having him commit back down to this B bomb site once again.
Yeah, they're scared of this flank, and they know with 30 seconds left, they have so much to clear if they want to go back round towards A, so B really is the best option. Boost up, though, from Electronic, catches a kill, and now Na'Vi can just move inside of the bomb site if they do so, please. Simple's already here, up in heaven with the AWP. He spots someone above, he thinks, but it's actually just a jumping player throwing a flashbang. The bomb does get planted, but wallbang damage coming through. Brolin's down to 20. No nades for Na'Vi. They have a molly on Zeus to potentially throw on default, and that will go down. That should kill Brolin, but oh, he gets a shot before. No way that can be accounted for by Na'Vi. 2-on-3 here on the retake. Crims is trying to hold down short. He has been a pillar of consistency, and he needs to show us why, but already dropped, leaving Exist alone on the AWP. Na'Vi are not on this bomb, and Exist has a chance, but he misses the opening jewel, and will just back off as a result, hoping that Na'Vi do not stick that bomb, but they certainly are. Edwards even found the kill, and the AWP has been saved for Simple. Na'Vi 8 rounds on the CT side, getting back into things. But Fnatic, they're going to have so many buy rounds left.
Yeah, and if you're Fnatic, right, the benefit of having the loss bonus banked up here is that you can always afford to put something into a round. You know, whether that's a full buy or just a partial investment, you've always got the option to, you know, pick up a few players here and there on the back of getting armor pistols or full buys as we're seeing now. And that means you're never going to give Na'Vi the chance to keep these rounds clean. That's all Fnatic really have to do. You know, they just leave themselves in a spot where they're one round win away from breaking Na'Vi's economy. And at 13 rounds, that can be enough in and of itself. But it does rely on you finding kills, keeping these rounds down to the wire. So Fnatic this time going to be trying to take control of mid. On the other side of things, Electronic holding in the toilets right now. And Flamey taking that short aggression, doesn't spot anything from it. This is looking like it could just be an A play from Fnatic, right? They haven't really tried too much towards this side of the map just yet, so this would be a first for Na'Vi to encounter. Nade already finding good damage on a JW, and Electronic is good to secure the man advantage for Na'Vi. And you can already see, right, they're worried that this is just going to be a fake in the Na'Vi side of things. They actually preemptively rotate Zeus down towards B. They haven't seen anything there. But they've just been so used to Fnatic, you know, maybe showing their hand over towards A a bit and then hitting B. So that's how they've read into this round, and that might come back to punish them. Electronic and Simple have their work cut out for them now.
Oh, great shot by Exist, so ducking under Electronic, and Simple will get one on the site. Needs a little bit more, Flick will miss. Molly sections him off, but he hides within the smoke, allowing Zeus to take the brunt of the damage, and damage he shall take, dead to Brolin, who climbs up above, again taking another kill. It's Flamey to try and keep it alive, and Edward's last man up on this site, but Fnatic storming over A. 2 kills on Exist, 2 kills on Crims, and 14 rounds for the Fnatic fellas. They are going to be bordering a victory here. And as you say, Na'Vi's money on the edge of things, well, it only takes 1 round to break it, and they're going to be digging into their pockets deep to try and put together a rifle round here.
Yeah, you saw an AWP in play, so they've gone for the force. They're not going to try and play for the overtime instead, really relying on Simple to try and get the job done. Connector control taken in this round from Fnatic, and this time they do have players keeping an eye on that mid-aggression, so we don't see Fnatic getting caught out as they did in rounds prior, you know, with only a presence down here towards B, and very fearful of that rotation up through mid. Now they've cleared out connector control. Crims is just serving as the B-side lurk right now. He'll even start to back away and concede this portion of the map. At the exact same time, Electronic and Edward, they just cleared out short. Didn't spot anyone there, so we might see some early rotations up into A, where right now it's only Simple sat for the Na'Vi side of things. With 4 players down on B, you still haven't seen anything. At some point, you have to try and look to take some aggression, you know, try and get some information. Na'Vi do just hedge their bets and rotate Electronic up early. But it might just culminate in the A play from Fnatic once again, and only 2 players on the receiving end for the Na'Vi squad.
I like that smoke, not seen that before. Does get Electronic close within the bomb site. Or further than the bomb site, rather, around the corner. They've got to check it. Fnatic getting flashed through, but a 1-for-1, that will do when you have pistols. Simple, armed to the teeth, and deadly on this site. 20 seconds to stop the bomb from going down, but what a shot from Twist. He knows exactly where Simple's posted. Pushed through the smoke, no flash behind it. Risks taken for Na'Vi, and rewards for Fnatic as they find a kill off the back of it. Zeus spraying, and he finds one as well. Flamey assists him with a deagle. Zeus gets overwhelmed though, and Crims again clutching it out for Fnatic. This man is not letting off the gas. Fnatic looking like they want to shut Na'Vi down on their map pick of Overpass. It is not looking too difficult on this T side at all. Na'Vi had a few early rounds to maybe make us consider that they were in this game, but after a 12-3 half, it only took a bit of time for Fnatic to find their form, and 1 round away, Harry. Na'Vi have no money. Looking like Inferno.
It most certainly is. Fnatic doing a stellar job here on Overpass. And once again, this has been a real story of Group C, with teams always trading their map picks back and forth. That's kind of been the reoccurring factor here. Early on, aggression going to get taken from Crims, flashed in by Twist, and that allows him to secure this foothold and force that early aggression we saw attempted from Zeus and Edward. They might go back to it, but with Crims posted up here, he is here for the sole purpose of denying this push. Fnatic now doubling back to pick up the bomb, and it looks like this might just be the B play. They've got no map control elsewhere. RV find themselves stacking players down in B. Will they finally get rewarded for it in this round? Well, maybe not. JW has just cleared up through connector and is now making a bit of presence known in mid. That's at least drawn the rotation of Simple away from B.
Flash isn't good though. Trade is there. Twist finds both off the AWP, and Crims may get caught by the timing. Switches back, and he gets the info. Zeus won't commit, but Crims now knows there's at least one player on the bottom site, and JW's up on A, so Fnatic can decide to rotate back round. Zeus trying to catch the timing, but they're already through con side. No, they're not. Twist was late to the party, but JW has started a fire in their spawn behind enemy lines as Fnatic hold on to this connector rotation. It's Crims hearing everything now as ECTs come into his crosshair, and he will take them down one by one. Electronic, Thorpe, and a CZ, a 1v3 to keep this map alive. It's certainly not looking good.
And no one from Fnatic is offering themselves up. Crims gets the info and will get dropped, but it's the close player here that should solidify it. Missed shots from Exist. Electronic given a bit more time, but it's time he's lacking, and Exist puts him down. Fnatic picking up the map. We go 1-on-1. We're heading to Inferno. Fnatic, the gift that keep on giving, and Crims is looking for